mow down hitters. I think it's 47 and 2/3 and only 4 earned runs for the starters. What sort of allowed you guys to keep this consistency?
I think they're good. I think that's the first thing that I would say. And I know that's simple, but
Yeah.
I mean, I've won a lot of games as a head coach and assistant coach, and it's hard to get this put together. I mean, we obviously had a phenomenal pitcher with Paul last year. Ty Floyd did a really good job and went undefeated. But to have the volume of guys that can go get 5 innings and get through the order 3 times, it's pretty awesome. And they're all different. I think they all can contribute to each other's success. And really happy about it. Done by design and not easy to do. And it's good. It makes other things in the game a little bit easier. For the team to settle into the game, where that's defensively. They're on their toes because they know those guys are throwing strikes. I think it helps the umpires. The amount of strikes that they throw. They know they're going to be around the plate, and then offensively it lets you settle in a little bit. So really pleased with those guys' performance, obviously, over the last few weeks.
Did Gage roughly hit his pitch count tonight?
Yeah, it ended up right around there. I went out to the mound to just get him a breather there, and these guys are all over the stat line win thing, and I get it. I understand that, and I want him to want to get the win. You know what I mean? But at the same time, we're doing right by him, and it worked out perfectly. We were at 74, 75 last Saturday, and I think he was right at 84 tonight. So positions us right where we want to be going into next week.
What do you think makes him, or what do you think made him tonight so good again?
I think, again, it's a ton of strikes. Like, the hitter has to make a decision on every pitch. And there's very few free bases in there. And so it's just a lot of pressure pitch to pitch. When you're either in the zone or right around the zone, and you're doing it with multiple pitches, it makes it hard to get on time. So I just thought it was real complete.
Do you think the strike throwing is the biggest, overall improvement from last year to this year with his staff?
I don't know. We won a national title, and we struck out more hitters in the history of the program, so that's a whole lot of strikes thrown. I don't know. Again, I've talked about this element, this is a good reference to it. It's just we're not comparing anything to that team because this is a different team. It was a 6-run spread, and we used 14 position players, and I think 5 or 6 pitchers tonight. It's not a huge game spread, but we're just operating differently, and I don't know. What would be the answer?
Thatcher's going tomorrow, right?
Thatcher's starting tomorrow, yes.
So you have Luke and Gage, who've been off to great starts this year. Yeah. But Thatcher, a little bit of a rocky start. Is there anything you'd like to see from him in particular?
I just want him to be himself.
Forward?
Yeah. I think it was a good performance last week in Houston. I think at times, even in the first 2 games, there's been some good to take away from it, and we just keep getting better. And he's a guy I have complete trust in because I know what he's putting into it. I know his intelligence level and his work and direct focus or deliberate focus into preparation and improvement, and he's ultra talented. And again, it's just kind of going back to what I just said about last year's team. The guy's on a mound in the biggest game in college baseball, and probably in the last however many years, with how that World Series played out. And so we know obviously it's in there, and I think he's better today than he was that day, and I think we'll continue to see that.
How's Ethan feeling after this?
I think it was sore. He felt it right away. I think it's probably similar to what Tommy did last year. Bad luck first base, diving in there. And, the good news for us with that is he only missed a week. He did it on Friday, and he played the next Friday. So hopefully it's something similar to that. Obviously it's a big hit, 2 great at-bats, and want to get him healthy. And I've spoken highly of him, and he's performed when he's had his opportunities, and really happy to see that.
Yeah, 3 for 3, 3 really hard hit balls. Obviously, the big double from the other night. I guess what's allowed him to be, what has allowed him to? What do you think makes him a good hitter?
I think he's supremely talented. Number one, he's got a lot of God-given ability. He's a great worker. He's a good athlete. And so you put the work ethic on the right things and that deliberate practice with the athlete that he is, and the strength and those physical attributes and understanding of what's actually happening in the game. I think my favorite part of the other night was how much he was just in control of himself and slowed down. And, it's good. The guy was humming it up there pretty good in the first inning. I mean, that's 96 left side, and it's not an easy task. And so to separate the balls from strikes the way that he did, he had great takes in that at bat, and he was perfectly on line and on time. And I mean, the wind was howling in right there. That just tells you how hard he hit the ball.
Kind of looked like it just kept going, and even the outfielder kind of felt like he was going to have a shot at
Yeah.
it, and it just kind of just continued to rise. I
Yeah.
mean, I think they said it was like 109, 110 off the bat. I
Easy.
mean, is it just easy power? It feels
Yeah,
like?
it is, and he's a good hitter with a good swing, and I'm excited to see his development and improvement. And hopefully, this little thing, whatever it is, just a speed bump, we'll get him back and going quickly.
As a righty, you liked him against the lefty today. Is that part of the
Yeah, I
reason?
think that's part of it. I mean, that was obviously part of it the other day, but then there was a right-handed pitcher by the time he came up for a second at bat, and he smoked one off him. So I think he's really developing, and it's great for him and great for our team.
With Steven, I think he had the one specific base hit where he just pokes it through the other
Yeah,
side.
that's
I mean,
awesome.
bat control, seems to play beyond his years.
Yeah, he's awesome. I mean, you guys will be talking about him for 3 years, so I'll just drop. He's awesome. I love everything about him.
What's the next thing you want to see for Gage maybe going into next week? Is it a pitch count?
No,
Or is
I
it-
mean, I think the execution was good. Changeup was good a couple times tonight. So it's true 4 pitches, and so I thought it was great.
What was kind of the idea behind Cam Johnson just stepping in for a batter, maybe
He's-
buying Dutton some time?
No, Cam is really good. Just because he had one bad outing, he is really good.
Mhm.
And I thought it was a great opportunity to get him some experience. Night game, first one, fans in the stands, dangerous hitter.
Mhm.
Like, that guy scares me. And, I thought the first pitch was right there. I mean, so I thought he was crisp, thought he was sharp. I mean, it's only 3 pitches, but 2 of the 3 were really good. And he's got an outstanding future ahead of him. And so we got to get him out there like that when we can.
Is it hard to find just time for him to get him into the game?
No, not really. It's I was gonna put him in a rice, and he wasn't feeling too well. Had like a food poisoning thing,
Okay.
and so that's really the only reason he didn't pitch last weekend. So
Can you talk about Dutton's performance today?
Dutton's performance. I thought Sam threw strikes. I thought he did a good job getting ahead in the count. I know he gave up a couple hits. I think maybe the ball was just elevated a little bit. But again, I thought it was a good step forward, and we needed to get him on a mound because he hadn't pitched since last Wednesday, and so I was happy to be able to get him on a mound. And he'll be on the. I don't know if he'll go tomorrow, but he'll be on the mound in some capacity on Tuesday or Wednesday.
Cam have an opportunity on Tuesday and Wednesday?
Oh, easily. Yeah, he's available tomorrow with only throwing 3 pitches. Yeah,
Anything else?
Will Helmers, have you seen?
he's been improving. Yeah, I mean, you were at the Rice game, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thought it was a really good performance there. Really good performance tonight. Saw something that we liked about him in this series, and it was the perfect time to get him in. So really happy with that. Cam coming in and getting the out. Sam coming in and getting us a little bit of length. Nick Bronzini, keeps striking dudes out. That's awesome. I think he's only faced like 6 hitters and he has 5 strikeouts. And then Will. So great. Very happy with those guys tonight.
When you were recruiting Nick Bronzini, what sort of stood out about him, I guess?
Well, when he was like 15 years old, he was already like up to 90 and big body and throwing strikes. So it was one of those. It's like, if this guy gets too good, we may never see him. And then it's just a big jump again. He struck out like 140 dudes or something a senior of high school. And again, there's a nice trophy up there. There was a lot of good pitchers here last year. And like I said, hopefully we can get something going like the Coach Bertman thing, where a guy like him or a guy like Ethan Fry, they just need a little bit of time to develop, and we're going to develop them. And then you put them in, it's like, whoa, where'd that guy come from? Well, he's been here. He's just been working really hard. And I'm proud of Nick because he's made some big strides, not just from last year to this year, but just this year, while he's been here. So it's really good to see.
With
How are
with the offense, what did you like tonight that was maybe improvement from last night?
Yeah, I thought, I thought we, can I have some water?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Getting him choked up.
No, I'm not that. No, I'm definitely not emotional. No, I thought the starter has really good stuff. I mean, we told the team like he's gonna zing a couple in there and make you look bad. You know, like he can do that. But the command the last two outings for that pitcher had him not been great.
Yeah.
And so I thought we did a good job setting the table with a couple of free bases. And thank you. And then we got a big hit right there. And then we did a good job setting the table again with free bases and got him out of the game in the third inning.
How are Paxton, Kling, and Ethan Fry feeling? Because I know that guy's kind of hurt in tonight's game.
Yeah, Ethan did something similar to like what Tommy did with his shoulder last year. I mean, Tommy had hurt his several times before, so that's why it was a little more serious. He's in the training room now. My hope is a few days a week. Paxton he hit the ball square, like right on the inside of his knee, and you know he's really fast. So fast guys are usually very like aware of their legs, and so we'll just see the swelling and the mobility tomorrow and see if he can play or not.
Cade Anderson played really well on Wednesday. Could we maybe see him move up to a little bit of a weekend rotation?
I'm happy. I've said this before. I'm happy with where we're at with the rotation right now, to be very clear. But pitch on the weekend? Yes, absolutely.
As like a reliever?
Yeah.
Possibly,
Okay.
yeah. We'll see. I mean, we got 2 games this week, so it's a little hard to make that switch right now. But we'll have it all lined up. You know, I scheduled this stretch with great confidence that we would be able to get through it based on
If Cade's one guy, then Javen, I assume, is the other.
That's up to you.
as far
For
as
Tuesday and Wednesday.
yeah. I mean, we're not. We got to win tomorrow. And it literally, I mean, you know me. I mean that as we sit here saying that. I don't have a starter yet for Tuesday or Wednesday. I think we're in pretty good shape going into tomorrow based on how those guys have performed the last 2 nights.
Io warmed up quite a bit today. Is he on track to play tomorrow?
Who?
Io.
Uyoa.
Fidel. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Ulloa.
I'll have to check. Yeah, I'll have to check. But I'm happy. You know, we used him on Wednesday, and so now to get him Thursday, Friday, and Saturday of not pitching is good. And we did control the throws. Like we only got him up and moving one time, and then the rest of the times it was just playing catch. We'll make a visit. We'll make sure he has plenty of time. So he was up down there, but I don't think he threw a lot. So.
You guys have a lot of options for tomorrow with Lore and a few others, right? Too, so.
Yeah, I feel great about where we're at going into tomorrow. I think it's a true testament to the roster of being able to go into, again, top 30 RPI team into a game with as many guys as we have available. Like that just speaks to the depth of the team.